Chat! Chat! It's Sunday! What am I doing? What the hell am I doing? Streaming on a Sunday. Well, it's a big day for a lot of reasons. Welcome on in. Welcome to the stream on this crazy Sunday afternoon. And before I click over to the overlay, prepare yourself. We've got the new outfit to show off. So, gird your loins. Here it comes. I am now a ping-tuber. Bask in its glory. I put a lot of work into this. The golden baseball bat, especially, was very expensive, and I just want you guys to know that you're worth it. No, that's a lie. I'm just building suspense, that's all, because before I show off the new outfit and before I get into the news, I did want to sandbag for a little bit and give any latecomers time to show up, since I know Sunday is not normally a time that I stream, and I'm also streaming outside of the normal hours that I would typically be live. So for anybody that missed the message, since it was kind of short notice, I figured I'd talk a little bit about the game that I'll be playing today, then we'll get into the outfit, and then I'll talk about the big news that I have. And for some of you that are a little more observant, you may already know what the news is, but if you do, don't spoil it. But first of all, talking about the game that we're going to be playing today is Empty Shell, which is a top-down kind of shooter/survival game. It is very, very similar. If you've played either of these other games before, there's a game called Noct, which is spelled N-O-C-T, and then another game called Teleglitch, which are both very, very similar in playstyle and perspective and gameplay to this game, Empty Shell. The game itself plays along the same lines, where levels are randomly generated, and you fight against an assortment of crazy enemies that are all trying to kill you, while surviving by collecting as many as many weapons and gadgets and health items as you can, and attempt to get through all of the levels. Today we're just playing the demo, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't know how long the demo actually is. I've only given the game about 30 minutes so far off stream, just to familiarize myself, because I can words, with the controls and the gameplay mechanics, just so I'm not, going in completely blind. Also, I had heard that there were some issues with the UI and a lot of post-processing effects and stuff that can make it kind of difficult to see the game when you're streaming it. So I went ahead and turned all that stuff down as well. But yeah, the game is effectively a top-down kind of survival horror game. The story of the game is essentially that you are taking control of a random assortment of people that are sent to a secret facility on a random island in Japan that's been closed for about 20 or 30 years. And suddenly the facility is powered up again and things are going on, but there haven't been people there the whole time. And so the agency that used to be in charge of the facility before they lost control decides to send random citizens in with a random assortment of gear to, 1, try to get the facility back online, and 2, try to figure out exactly what's going on. And things only get weirder from there. So it's an interesting little game. I don't know if I'll play it for the whole stream, and in addition to that, I don't actually know how long this stream is going to be. But if we get to a point where I feel like I've worn out the demo and I'm still feeling the need to stream, then we may switch over to BTA, or we may play something else. I don't know. But I wanted to give you guys a shot at looking at this game because right now you can download the demo on Steam for Steam Next Fest. The game officially releases tomorrow, although I don't know what the price is going to be. I didn't see it on the store page, so I'm not sure how much they're going to charge for it. But similar games in that vein are usually, like, the other games that it takes inspiration from were only about $10. So I would imagine the game will be somewhere in that price range. And again, the official launch will be tomorrow, but I wanted to show you guys the demo just to see if it's something you might be interested in. It's definitely a game that I'm interested in, that's why I'm playing it. So yeah, there we go. Again, the name is Empty Shell, and we'll see how much entertainment value we can get out of it today. And bam, here we are. And I will, real quick, I'm just gonna swap over to this, and I'm gonna let you guys watch the intro real quick. And that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to it. Again, small indie team, so not expecting any kind of big budget cutscenes or anything like that. But it does give you a brief overview of what exactly the game is about. So yeah, this is a roguelike or roguelite. I don't quite remember the distinction, if I'm being perfectly honest. But you select you don't even necessarily select a character. You don't have any control over your character. You don't have any control over your equipment when you start out. You basically just get thrown into the game with a random person, a random name, and random gear. There isn't really any meta progression either. So, I mean, there's a little bit of meta progression, but most of that will be in the full release. Here in the demo, there isn't much meta progression, so it's very much just a jump in, see how far you can get, and if you make it, great. If you don't, start over and do it all again. So again, I don't know how much gameplay we're gonna have here because it is just a demo, but I figured we'd give it a shot, let you guys get a look at it. I'm not sure. I may have to move myself on the screen here. I didn't really think about where exactly I'm gonna be. I tried everything on hard and it was a little hard for me, at least initially, so I think we'll start on medium. And then if it starts to get easy, I might turn up the difficulty to one of these higher levels. They make us get on these wooden boats, weapons pointed at our backs. A backpack with a weapon and some ammunition. For the lucky ones, an automatic rifle, but fewer and fewer of those are seen. They say that we'll find supplies on the spot, even if no one has ever been able to confirm it. I never understood why they send us here one at a time. We might have a chance with more people together. I've seen dozens leave in the last few weeks, men, women, young, old. No one ever returned. A new boat leaves the ship every 12 to 24 hours. I see them disappear in the fog and the rain that never seems to stop falling. They say that the facility is not far from here, no more than 4 nautical miles. A little more than 3 hours before reaching the beach. If the waves don't overturn the boat and then engulf you in the darkness of the ocean. Next turn is mine. And this is it. We are in the game. Again, as described, we're in a top-down perspective. Our character here is basically wearing like a hazmat suit and a gas mask, although that doesn't really have any bearing on the game itself. We start with a firearm. This time they've given us a semi-automatic rifle, which isn't terrible, although I have also started with a shotgun, and on one of the runs I started with a handgun. So they always start you with some kind of firearm, and they also start you with a melee weapon of some description. It's usually not a very good one, and the range is extremely limited, but you can find new weapons as you progress through the different floors and rooms. Uh-oh. I'm getting a message that's saying the stream was disconnected. Am I back? It was giving me an error saying that we got disconnected, but it shows that we're good now. No, that was not you. Apparently that was me. I'm not sure entirely what happened. Normally my internet connection is fairly reliable, so that's very strange that it would kick me out like that. Who knows what's going on there, but if you're responding, then I'm gonna assume that everything's back on track. I'm not sure how much you missed, but I was basically describing that you start out with a firearm and a melee weapon, and pretty much all the rest of the equipment is OSP. Was it an ad break? I didn't tell them to put ads on my damn channel. I may have to go look at that. But good to see you, Cakewalker. Glad you're here on this insane Sunday stream. But yeah, I don't actually want ads on my channel if I can avoid that, so unless Twitch is gonna force them on me, I'll have to go back and see if I can re-disable that setting. Well, for you, Cakewalker, if you're just getting here, we did actually have a stream disconnect just a second ago, so if you had to reload or if you just got here, it may have thrown one at you, but either way, we're here in Empty Shell. We're gonna get into this facility and see if we can figure out what's going on here. They gave us the objective to start some generators here on the first floor, so we're going to be looking for the way to do that. This is a document. You can find these throughout the levels. Most of them are lore, but this one in particular. Yeah, I think so too, but I still want to look into that. I don't want you guys to have to watch ads if you can avoid it. But this document will basically just give you a rundown of the controls. This is always here, but every other document that I've come across is usually lore related. But we're gonna get in here and see what we can run into. And already we're seeing some dead bodies here. What do we get? This is Tasuku Murakami, Security, Night Shift on November 15th, 1954. Note, a blockage of generator number 2, 2:09 a.m. Manual restart required. I'm heading to the room. Iwata, I know the next night shift is yours. In case you don't know, the room code is 2169. Hello, Kalania. Good to see you again. Welcome to the stream on the weirdest of days. I don't know if that door code actually means anything, because at least in the brief amount of time that I was playing the game, I did not run into any situations where... Oh no, we're already getting shot at. I didn't run into situations where I actually needed a door code. So you can see, I don't actually have that much ammunition, and I'm kind of wasting it early on. I'm very surprised that they actually have ranged enemies attacking us this early. But I'm gonna try to melee this guy so we can conserve some ammo. You'll notice that the sound effects are very muffled. Okay, a crew locker, some bullets that we don't need, a semi-automatic rifle that we already have, and an SMG. I haven't actually played with this SMG, I don't think. And this is using... Oh, this is using medium caliber bullets. Nice. Well, turns out I have a use for those medium caliber bullets that we just picked up. And already I'm being shot at again. This is probably the roughest start that I have had so far. They are not letting up on me on this one. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they're giving me, I guess small caliber bullets is like 22 caliber, and then medium, I guess in this case would be like a 9mm. But the unfortunate thing, I don't know what this shaking is, by the way, but the unfortunate thing is that you cannot pick up enemy weapons. And again, we're being shot at, good lord. But you can see that the enemies can hurt each other. So I'm gonna see if I can use this guy to potentially help me by shooting at the enemies for me. I'm a pro kiter. I've played plenty of MMOs. So yeah, these guys are like basic zombies or something like that, but like normally I've run into a lot of these guys, but instead we're getting a lot of like people shooting at us and spiders and all this other crazy shit. So I'm gonna switch back to the rifle for now. So I'm burning through a lot of Uzi ammo. Dang it. There we go. Alright. There's a big room. I could say already, just from the little bit that I have played the game, if there's one thing that if there's one complaint that I have already, it's that I don't particularly care for the way that the game dynamically zooms in and out. So I don't have any control over the zoom level of the camera. It seems to be based on the size of the room that you're in, and I really wish that it wasn't, because that can be a little difficult to deal with. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's basically a 1022. It's a very small caliber rifle. But yeah, like here they say, semi-automatic rifle, small caliber bullets, generally used for hunting small and medium-sized animals, low rate of fire and stopping power, useful in the absence of more effective weapons. And yeah, just looking at it, you can see, just based on the magazine, this is basically like a little Ruger 1022 or a Marlin rifle or something. Like, it's basically a survival rifle. It's not super effective. But I'll take that over nothing. And of course, this game, much like the games that it shares inspiration with, will reward you for exploration. And not all paths necessarily lead to the objective. There are plenty of little side pockets and things like this. Oh yes, mama. That's a shotgun. And I will absolutely take a shotgun. I don't know how much ammo it's got by default. It may not have any ammo by default. But we do have limited ammo, or limited inventory space. But dang it, no ammo. But I'm gonna hang on to this, because if we find some 12 gauge ammo, that shotgun is gonna help us out quite a bit, especially with some of the tougher enemies. So energy coils, there's the 12 gauge shells. Nice, nice. Outstanding. So let me go ahead and get that equipped, and oh, it automatically reloaded for us. Well, suddenly, our survival prospects seem a little better. With that being said, as much as they've been throwing, I guess, tougher enemies at me this go-around, I think we're gonna need these weapons. So we got some zombies here. I guess we can afford to burn a little more ammo in this case, since we've got 3 weapons. And you do see I'm getting small amounts of money, and we will eventually find some vending machines. Oh, that's okay, Sierra, you're good. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate the sub, being the first sub in the channel. So yeah, good to see you. Hopefully you can join us before the stream is over, depending on how the games with the boys go, but go hang out with your peeps, and if you don't catch the rest of the stream, you can always watch the VOD. But yeah, we can collect credits. There's like vending machines where we can buy equipment and armor and health pickups and things like that. So that's what we're picking up from some of these enemies. December 2nd, 1954. The origin of this facility has never ceased to amaze me. The construction work started in 1947, just 2 years after the war. In 1948, the base became officially operational. The prototype of the main technology studied here, SSLW, sub-speed of light waves, had been completed in 1949, the year in which the first signal to Alpha Centauri was set. If I hadn't been here to witness the speed of the signal, less than 30% slower than the speed of light, I myself couldn't have believed it. Over the years, 4 more signals were sent, but we waited almost 5 years for the original one to arrive at the destination. That's actually an interesting concept, and it's something that you don't see talked about too much. Well, you don't see it talked about too much in older sci-fi, but it's becoming more of a thing now in the modern day as we begin to realize some of the challenges of space travel. But like the concept of sending a faster than light ship or sending a ship at sublight speed even to a destination. Oh, we're getting snuck up on. And then inventing a faster method of travel later down the line and having the second or even third generation ships that you send make it before the first generation of ships because they're just traveling faster. And it's a thing that didn't really come up in fiction initially, but it's something that we're seeing a lot more of now. So this is a switch to reboot one of the generators, so that's 1 down. Now we just need to find 1 more generator and then find the exit to the next level. So we got more medium caliber bullets and more 12-gauge shells. So I may drop this survival rifle if we get to a point where we need inventory space. But I'm going to hang on to it for now because we don't actually have anything that we're trying to put in that inventory yet. And I think this is the only direction that we can really go right now. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to burn through most of the small caliber ammo. Really, I should be saving ammo, but I'm going to burn through the small caliber since we're picking up a lot of ammo for other weapons. What the shit? What is that? What the hell is that? It's a giant fucking hand! What the fuck? Okay, well this is what we had the shotgun for. You better believe I'm gonna use it. Good lord. That thing almost one-tapped me. Holy crap. Okie dokie. Well, there you go. That's what happens when you die. Not even a fade to black, just immediately cut to the next unlucky sap. That sucks. We found a lot of really good equipment. But we did start with an automatic rifle this time. Let's have a look. Medium caliber rifle, basically looks like an AK. Normally employed in war zones, good rate of fire, and excellent stopping power. Despite showing signs of rust and dents, it still looks reliable. Well, good lord, I hope so. You can bury an AK in mud and still expect it to fire, so... Let's see, they gave us a box here at the very beginning, too? Oh god! What the hell? Man, this game is throwing me curveballs all the time. Hey, we're gonna take the small caliber bullets. I'll leave the energy cells. I'll try to remember that they're here in case we find ourselves in a situation where we need them. We can come back for them. More medium caliber and a semi-automatic rifle. Well, I don't really need that. So, yeah, the game is... I mean, to be fair, I haven't actually done that many runs yet, but I am genuinely surprised over and over again. Like, every run has thrown me some kind of curveball I wasn't expecting. So, bravo to the developers for that. I'm gonna take these guys out with melee. try and save some of our ammo. At least. I guess I'm just used to, like, other types of games where you don't aggro enemies until you actually enter the room, but here, like, it feels like enemies will hear gunfire and actually come after you if they know you're there. Lot of dead people. Let's see what we get. January 5, 1955. Dad, your premonitions were correct. They are hiding something from us. We were told it would be a recovery operation for some isolated researchers, but it's not true. Something happened in this place. We found bodies and there's blood everywhere. We are 25 in total, but this morning there was a firefight, and now there are only 8 of my fellow soldiers here with me. We don't quite know what attacked us, but absurd as it may seem, many of us swear they've seen some sort of a huge hand. You don't say. You don't say. A human hand. Dad, but as big as an elephant. That might sound insane. To some people. Not me, though. Definitely not me. Yeah, I gotta say, I was not expecting a giant hand to come flying at me. It was definitely not on my bingo card. Oh, well, here we go. I was just talking on the last run about how I hadn't run into a need for door codes yet. Apparently there is a need for door codes. So I guess we'll have to find a document with a code somewhere. What the hell is... Oh, it's a fan. Okay. I saw movement and I was freaking out. I'm like, holy crap, that's huge. What is that? Alright. This is the other thing that I kind of enjoy about games like this, is like the whole liminal space thing. Because the map is always randomized and it's always different. Like, it's built from prefabs, so once you walk into a room, you usually recognize it. But you never know what the map layout is going to be, and so, like, every run, you're basically in a position where you need to learn the map. Come around that corner, buddy. Hey there, Devious. Welcome back in. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I appreciate that. I'm glad you like the model. You probably weren't here for the very beginning of the stream, but I actually did a full show off top to bottom. I may do another one a little bit later in the stream, depending on how things go. Again, with this game being a demo, I don't know exactly how much gameplay we're gonna get out of it, so if we run out of stuff to do, I may redo the demo of the model. But yeah, it's a Signalis tribute. Again, Signalis being one of my favorite games. Holy F! What the shit? What the hell? Okay. Oh no. We have a problem. We have a problem. I think I'm gonna die. Yep. Alright. So yeah, if you weren't here for some of the other runs, that's what happens when you die. You just cut to black. Here's the next guy. Whoa! Again with the coming at me, right? Oh, alright. Well, we start with a shotgun this time around. I'm about to break one off in somebody. What do we got? A drone with an automatic rifle. H-Buds! What's going on, brother? Good to see you again. How you doing this weekend? Hopefully doing well. Yeah, I did see the Splattercat video on this quite a while ago. Hell, it was like 2 or 3 months ago at this point, and that was actually the thing that tipped me off to this game. We may play some Battletech, but because of the whole Steam Next Fest and I saw this game and was interested in it, I played a lot of Teleglitch. So for me, this looks very, very similar. And yeah, this is the demo for Empty Shell, and actually the full release is tomorrow. But I wanted to do the demo just to see if I enjoy it, and also to see if anybody else wanted to have a look. Welcome in, Sneaky. Good to see you again. But yeah, so far, I've managed to make it 2 or 3 rooms into this facility on most of my runs before I get killed by something. I literally got slapped to death by a giant hand a couple of runs ago. Hard to believe that was actually only about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Alright, what are we dealing with here? See, I don't like this. I don't like coming into a T corridor with multiple directions to go. Uh-oh. Alright, that guy's got a gun. Good to know. That's okay, I got a shotgun and he's coming into my effective range. There we go. I took a little more damage there than I would have liked, but put him down pretty quick. See what we got here. Access upgrade station. Nice. I will absolutely take an upgrade station. Well, then again, we don't really have that much money. Dang it. I'd like to buy some shotgun shells, but we can't afford any of these upgrades. That's okay, I'll have to remember this is here. We can definitely come back here before we move to the next floor. Yeah, this game has... Wait, what? Another upgrade station? Oh, it has different upgrades. I see. But yeah, this game, at least so far, has been very, very quick on the runs. It's basically... Yeah, I've lasted a handful of minutes. Good lord! 3 upgrade stations in the same room. Oh god. Another thing that I'm still trying to figure out is, it doesn't seem like I get money from every enemy I kill. So I'm not sure if there's like a specific criteria for what you get money from, or if it's just completely random. Okay, relatively small room. Let's see what we got. 12 gauge shotgun. Well, I don't need another shotgun. I need ammo for it. Because the guns don't have ammo in them by default. And unfortunately, we are running a little low on ammo, so I want to make sure that, that I try to melee as much as I can, where I can, try to conserve the little bit of ammo that we have left. Good evening or afternoon. I'm gonna attempt to say this name. I'm going to assume it's either Grave Lion or Gravel Lion. You'll have to tell me which, but good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Alright, looks like we got another locker here. Protection plates. Okay, nice. Uzi, nice, nice. Medium caliber bullets. Okay. Suddenly, we're in a much better place, because we got the Uzi and we got some ammo. I'm going to go ahead and equip the plates. So the plates is basically just armor. So let's see. A drone. Drone equipped with 5.56 caliber rifle. Once activated, it'll follow the owner and automatically detect any threats within a certain radius. Artificial intelligence will evaluate whether to terminate it or not. So does this thing just last forever? Screw it, let's find out. Hopefully it'll follow me around forever. Because I could certainly use some backup. Alright, we got a zombie. Or, I'm gonna call it a zombie, I don't know if that's what they actually are. Oh, well, good to hear. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We're not actually playing BTA today, at least not yet, though it's not off the table. But I did want to try out this demo for Empty Shell and see how it plays. Depending on how much playtime we get out of it, I may switch over to Battletech before the stream's over. Haven't decided yet. Sunday is not normally one of my streaming days, so today is kind of just free form. Oh, okay, so we got somebody who's actually got equipment on them. Oh, they just have money. Alright. So that's actually the body of another person like me. And I'm beginning to suspect that that's what most of these folks are, because they look very, very similar. Yeah, right? Fuck it, we're doing it live! Alright, let's see what we got here. Again, I'm having the liminal space issue where there's a whole bunch of different directions to go, and I'm having trouble already remembering where I've been. Alright, let's see. Energy shells, I don't think we need that. We don't need small caliber bullets. I will take the shotgun shells, though. Let's see the document here. December 2, 1954. The purpose of this letter is to submit a request for a hardware upgrade of the analysis, simulation, and internal communication systems. The amount of data has increased exponentially in comparison to what we were used to managing initially. The hardware in our possession is still functional, but the processing speed has decreased significantly. Below is a list of components necessary to normalize workflows and cover requirements for at least 24 months. Man, remember when a 4 megabyte stick of RAM was a big deal? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, feel free to hang out, lurk in the channel, Gravelion, and I wish you luck on the painting. I will say you are not the only one in chat doing some painting while they listen, so you're in good company. So yeah, that's just a little fluff piece. It doesn't look like there's any useful information there. I'm already forgetting whether or not it was this run or the previous run where we needed a door code. It might have been the previous run. I almost think I hear somebody running. Yeah, I have the same problem, Devious. I have a freaking Mars 3 that has been broken down for about 6 months, and I just cannot be asked to figure out what's wrong with it and get replacement parts. So I am right there with you. That's kind of frustrating, too, when your 3D printer stops working and you don't necessarily know why. Oh, there we go. Some protection plates, some 12-gauge shells. I will take both. So we'll slap on the protection plates. We're now maxed out on our armor, which is good. That'll help protect us a little bit from the damage that we keep taking, because I'm apparently very terrible at this game. Oh, alright, so this is what, outside? Or at least there's no roof over this area? Can I actually get all the way through here? I wonder if there's like a secret back here. I can't leave yet, I have to complete all tasks. Ah, okay, so this is the exit to the next area. But I have to finish the rest of the objectives before I can do that. Alright, is there a map? I don't actually know. Let me see. Check the key bindings here and see... Show hide map tab. Alright. So let's see what we got here. Looks like a locked door here, or maybe just a busted door. So there's a couple of paths that we can still take. If it's not gonna let us in this door, then I guess we'll have to backtrack. Yeah, that sucks, Devious, because I know the Saturn is not a cheap machine, so for it to just suddenly be having problems like that, that's a pain in the ass. I mean, I'll say this, Gravelion, as someone who... Okay, I don't know what that is. But as someone who got into 3D printing because, you know, I'm a miniature painter... Oh god! Oh my good lord, what the hell? I think this might be the end for us, boys. Yeah. Holy freaking crap! I don't know if we're actually protected in the inventory. Where is my 12 gauge shotgun? Because I got a feeling we're gonna need it. Holy shit. I feel like there were more enemies. I feel like this is not enough enemies. Man, okay, so... Game is not fucking around. This much is clear. We're dealing with a bunch of people with firearms now, and we have no armor. So that's not good. Sorry, Chad, I want to read what you guys are talking about, but at the same time, the game is not really allowing me to do that. Okay, so they came out of this door, but I can't go through that door, or so it would seem. Yeah, that's a locked door. So then, looks like there's 3 more doors that I could potentially go through. This one probably doesn't lead anywhere. But let's see. Let's see what you guys are talking about, because 3D printing is my jam. I like 3D printing. Oh, yeah. No, you're right, Devious. I mean, maybe I should be playing some Doom music on this, because I'm definitely getting some Doom vibes all of a sudden. Let's see, I think we need to go around here, and then we go into the larger chamber. And then there's a side door, it looks like. But I don't actually remember going into this room. Maybe I did. Ah, this room seems a lot bigger. Oh no, this is like the main chamber that we came into at the very, very beginning. Okay, that's where we're at. That's the other thing, is like, you walk through doors and then just immediately get charged by a bunch of dudes. Oh? Hold on. So I don't know if it's like this in this game, but I know in Teleglitch, whenever you had these little visual bugs where you could see through a wall, that usually meant there was a secret behind the wall. Well, I'm not gonna waste a bunch of ammo trying to break through. Oh, looks like we got another generator. Alright. So... Alright. Let's see, we got some more doors down here. We already know where the exit is, so that's good. We don't have the code for this door. So that tells me there's probably a little more to explore yet. Oh, and here's the other generator. Alright. So I think that's the generators, so we should be able to leave now. But I want to head back to where the upgrade stations were, because now that we've actually picked up some money, upgrades might be useful. What is the X? Is that a container, or is that just showing me where the button is? Oh, that's... yeah, there's something in that room, but I need the code to get in. Alright. Alright, so we just need to head straight across this chamber, and that's where the upgrade stations are. Alright, so first things first, I think we gotta buy a med kit. But what else do they have? Detector, a sensor that beeps when it detects hollow spaces behind natural surfaces. So, it seems like there are hidden areas. Maybe I need to melee them instead of shooting them? Okay, so it increased for maximum health, an old fireman's axe. I mean, we're doing alright with the crowbar that we have. Increases the maximum value of protection by approximately 20%, but we don't have any more armor. So I think we buy the med kit, and then... I guess I'll buy a health upgrade? And then let's go ahead and use the med kit, so we're back up to about half health. We have no money. Dang it, that's not the button. That's the button. Alright. Well, now that we've mostly cleared out all of the insane enemies, I'll switch back to the SMG. And then I think we've got one thing over here. Looks like a big fan. Another big fan. I don't like this. It makes me nervous. Oh god. Did this guy destroy my drone? Or did it just die? Because I could swear that guy was shooting at me. Okay, I guess the drone died. Strange. Okay, well, I guess the drone doesn't last forever. I'm not sure if it took damage and that's why it stopped, or if it just has a certain time limit before it runs out. But yeah, there were some secret areas back here, so if I can find one of them again and try meleeing it. I think it was this direction? It was like right up here, right? Yeah. It's like, clearly there's a way in here. Maybe I need explosives or something? Who knows? I don't know. It's a demo, and I don't know hardly anything about this game, so... alright, this is not the exit. Where was it? Oh, it's farther in. But yeah, so far, I'm definitely liking the game for its atmosphere. I think, again, if there's a complaint that I have beyond the zoom level, it's that you don't, like, it doesn't necessarily telegraph any of these massive swarms of enemies. Like, you'll go to walk through a door, and the door will open, but it's a bunch of enemies pouring out of it instead of you actually being able to go through it. That's a little frustrating, but I understand that just makes it a little more difficult. You just gotta be careful. Alright, so this should be the exit up here. And we'll squeeze our way between all this debris. What tasks do I have left to complete? Reboot the IT systems generator. Well, I mean, we went through all of the rooms, didn't we? I didn't see any additional generators. Oh, I bet it's in here. But then, where's the because I don't have the code for the door. Is there an... Oh, right, okay. I'm missing this door, I think. Alright, well, we'll have to backtrack then. Let's see. Hopefully, whatever document that we're missing that has the code on it will be in that room. And then that'll tell us the code that we need to get to the last generator. I hope. Ah, those are always the good moments, right? Where somebody throws a line out there and you're just like, you know what? I now have to drop everything and go watch that again. Hits you right in the feels. Not necessarily emotional feels, but... Alright, so we're entering unknown territory here. So as a certain colonial marine once said, we should stay frosty. Oh my! Alright, looks like we got more zombies and maybe one guy with a gun? Yep, definitely a guy with a gun. We're gonna have a shootout. Okay, well, we're down to 23 health now. Easy now, easy, easy. Don't get too carried away there. You could do that. You could do that. Hey, let's... Oh, God bless America. They're out here charging me again. And I'm burning through ammo. But it looks like we got some boxes here, which is good. I could definitely use some more... anything, really. Hopefully something useful. Let's see what we get. Medkit. Yes, please. I will take all of that. And we got small caliber bullets and another medkit. Okay, well the game's loading us up with medkits. Which could be a good thing, and it could be a really terrible thing. I think we're gonna take the small caliber bullets. Because even though we don't have a gun that can use them, we don't have any bullets for our Uzi. I mean, so, Devious, I don't know about you. And again, you guys, especially you regular viewers, already know that, I am a fan of techs, and of course that means I'm also a fan of Space Station 13, although I've never played it myself. But that's what I always think of when I think of aliens, is the Colonial Marines Space Station 13 servers, and all of the shenanigans that techs used to get up to. Like the whole, the Wayland Yutani building better breakfasts thing. Alright, so we got a document here. Hopefully this is a door code. Security. Yeah, we've already read this note. Alright, the code is 2395. Alright, outstanding. Hopefully we don't die before we get a chance to use that code. See what we got here. Medium caliber bullets. Excellent. Excellent. That's gonna give us bullets for our Uzi, which we definitely needed. Okay. Alright. Things are looking a little better all of a sudden. More energy cells, medium caliber bullets, and shotgun shells. Gonna leave the energy cells because I haven't yet come across a weapon that uses them. Which, if this game takes place in like the 70s, like, do they have lasers or something? Yeah, go for it, Devious. I mean, based on your name alone, you kind of owe it to your players to do as much effed up stuff as you can for Halloween, right? Alright, so we've already been in here. We just need to get to the locked door and then put in the code, which was 2359, I think? And then that should be the last generator. Oh, that's right. We gotta take this circuitous route all the way around to get to that door. I forgot about that. Well, be careful, Graveline, because it is absolutely a rabbit hole if you start getting into those Space Station 13 episodes. Oh, God bless it. Yeah. Man. Devious. My man. You are like my brother from another mother. Fucking first, you're out here name-dropping Lancer in my last stream and making me have like a fangirl moment. And now you're talking about Blacklight and PlanetSide 2. Like, of all the games in all the universe, those two games, though? Really? Alright, let's see. 2, 3, 9, 5. Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, nice! When we know the code, it actually tells us the code. You did, in fact, hear Lancer. And you will hear it again if I have the opportunity to talk about it. Because I do be liking me some Lancer. But I had my nerd out moment about that last stream. Okay, so we've booted up these generators. I think we should be able to leave now, right? Yes, task list. We've completed everything, so now we can leave. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Devious. I was not aware that we had so much in common, but it's nice to meet somebody who shares a lot of the same tastes. Oh my! Alright. That's what bullet hoses are for, ladies and gents. And apparently, now that we've turned on the generators, the enemies are out in force. Good lord, they're everywhere. But we'll take it slow. Don't want to waste a bunch of ammo if I don't have to. Alright. See, this is another one of those things where I think there might be... Aha! That is how you do it. Oh yeah, it's definitely not a Lancer stream more room, but I do love me some Lancer. Oh, you were! How about that, Graveline? I was not in a playtest group, but I did, I heard about it while the playtest was going on, and I put my money down on that pretty much as soon as the playtest was over and it was up for sale, so... Ah, okay. I got you, David. See, that was... So in pretty much every game that I play, if I'm playing a shooter... I've said this before, like in the Battletech streams. I'm a shooter. I like to shoot. And so that's a situation where... In any game where I can shoot big guns, I'm gonna shoot big guns. Because that's what I do. So yeah, I was the support gunner. I was the sitting in the LMG and just dumping hundreds of rounds into empty space to suppress people, because the more bullets, the mo better. Well, I think I'm going the right way to get to the exit. I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. Oh, okay, so there's... Oh my. Okay, so we learned an important lesson on this run, and that is when you turn on all the generators, it spawns a bunch of random enemies. That's good information to have. Yeah, and that's actually something I was talking about Gravelion too when I was, you know, nerding out about Lancer at Devious's insistence. The thing that I love about Lancer is, as a forever GM, Lancer is not just a fun system to play, it's also a fun system to run. and it's one of the few it's one of the few tabletop RPGs in general where as a GM I have genuinely enjoyed playing and running games. And I haven't thought about the idea of trying to run Battletech in Lancer, but now that you mention it, that actually seems like a great idea. And the flexibility of the system would absolutely allow that. You'd just have to figure out exactly how to handle the specifics. Apocalypse frame. I've never heard of that before. But since we already share a lot of taste in games, Devious, I'll have to look into that. Devices. What is devices? It says oh, so maybe there is some meta progression in the game. So we can buy a shield. We can buy, what is this? I guess a Fus Roda, essentially. Ultra speed module. Accelerates the movements and perception of the user, allowing, god dang it, allowing calculated and precise actions to be performed for a short amount of time. Or a neural shield, generating a sphere of high potential electromagnetic waves, damaging any organic subjects within its range. Okay. Well, all of those sound awesome if I could afford them, but I don't have enough money. So I guess we just continue. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of something that we as RPG players and GMs should address a little bit more often is, for whatever reason, people seem to think that if a system is light, that automatically makes it bad. And I absolutely disagree. I think lightweight systems are actually really good because it's not just better for the GMs, but it's also better for the players because, like, if you have systems like Shadowrun or D&D even, like, those turns can really drag, especially at higher levels. So if you have a more streamlined system where you don't have to spend a lot of time on, like, rules and dice rolls and you can just kind of have fun and enjoy yourself, you can get more done in a campaign, and I think it's also more fun for the players as well. Because then they feel like they're accomplishing something more often, instead of, okay, well, one person has to take a turn, and now we gotta spend 20 minutes doing all of that, and then the next person takes a turn, and, like, you know, good groups will be patient, but if a system is really crunchy, and you're having to do all the calculations yourself, it can really drag things out. It looks like we made it to the next floor, so the narrator says, "This place is hell. What are these abominations? The facility has been abandoned for decades. Where do they come from? Have they always been here? What do they feed on? No one ever told us what we would encounter down here. The contract only mentioned a vague execution of a list of tasks provided at the beginning of the job. I wonder how many people have given up, knowing what horrors they were waiting for us. But basically, they chose us on purpose. Poor, desperate, empty shells. Name drop. What would be the alternative? Dying of hunger and starvation in a corner of some dark alley? And yet, wouldn't it be better rather than being devoured by this nightmare far from any kind of civilization? I have to concentrate. The 3 electric generators have been rebooted. The list now reports some antennas to be realigned in Building B of the East Wing. Ah, so I guess we're not turning on generators this time around. Yeah, that's fair, Graveline. I think, and that's the trade-off, right? Like, crunchy systems are deeper systems, and players, in my experience at least, tend to enjoy deeper systems because it gives them more options. But again, as someone who is, I say forever GM, because most games I end up being the GM. Like, as the GM, it effectively turns you into a human calculator. And while I don't necessarily have a problem with that all the time, it does get a little old. Like, sometimes I just want to play a game instead of having to run it, and that's always been hard for me. But maybe that's just a personal thing. Clearly, I need to find different groups to play with. All right, let's get to this this second area All we gotta do is align the antenna array. Well, I have no idea what we're looking at, but we're already getting rained on, and we're in a cramped little hallway, so... Okay! Already getting attacked. Literally just started. I guess to be fair, they did that on the first floor as well. So I can see a couple of what looks like zombies moving around. January 4, 1955. This is Mishima, recovery expedition leader at the facility. We disembarked this morning after an 11-day journey. The destination is in the middle of the Northern Pacific. Even at the command center, no one had any idea of the existence of this place. Mission details are scarce. We've been tasked to investigate the reasons for the loss of communication with the facility, which occurred approximately 4 weeks ago, and recover the personnel still stationed on the island. The place is shrouded in darkness and is eerily silent. A particularly sweet smell permeates the air. All the details on the floor plans are confidential, so we don't really have any clue as to the size of the facility. I'd say that our expedition of 25 people is undersized for this endeavor, taking into consideration the extension of the outer walls. We're setting up some lamps for... A man can be heard shouting in the distance, then the recording suddenly stops. Oh, wow, that's unfortunate. Well, you can always run a group for Lancer if you want to devious. I mean, hell, clearly half the viewers in this chat are either Lancer players or interested in playing it, so I mean, it probably wouldn't be too hard to throw a group together if you wanted to. Oh, alright, more guys charging me. Come at me, bro. I'm not surprised by your shenanigans anymore. Now that I know what to expect. Alright, let's see. What are we looking at here? Looks like more dead bodies. Container? Yeah, nice. Medkits. Oh, I don't actually have any room. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. How do I drop stuff? Can I drop stuff? Oh, there we go, backspace. I'm gonna drop the small caliber bullets, because we don't have a small caliber weapon. So, I want the drone, and I'll take the med kits, if we can. Alright. I mean, I've never had that problem, but I've also been writing for a long time, and I'm one of those people, what they call ideas people, where I have an almost infinite wealth of ideas and hardly any motivation to do anything with those ideas. So, like, if you ask me for a campaign idea, I can give you one at the drop of a hat. But, actually coming up with a system or a rule set or actually writing out any of the specifics, nah, that's probably not gonna happen. Okie dokie. Well, that man's just exploded. Good to know that that's a thing that can happen, so I can keep an eye out for it in the future. What the Okay. Big laser. Big fuck off laser. Got it. Once again, this game keeps throwing curveballs my way. Every time I think I got it figured out, it's like, well, actually, you don't know shit. Ow. Alright. I cannot hide behind that box. Is there anything that I can hide behind? Alright, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Large caliber bullets? Okay, I don't need those. Woo! Alright. I also don't need the small caliber bullets. But we did find some shotgun shells. That's good. That's good. Is there anything else in this room? Are there any exits? There is an exit on the other side of the room. Okay. Let's go. Oh my. I gotta say, this drone is putting in some work. Alright, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna let the laser do the work for me. Oh, come on, my dude. Excuse me? Alright, this man's is taking these shots like a champ. So let's give him the old boomstick. Or not. Never mind. And that was the end of our mans. Ah, okay. So there is a little more, like I said, it looks like there is a little more meta progression than I initially thought. So because we turned on the generators, it looks like we don't have to do the first area anymore. Now we go straight to the second area because all the generators are on. So now we just need to align the antenna array. Oh man, Shadowrun 3rd edition. Now that's a mood right there. I and my group dropped 3rd edition to go. Oh wow, we have a laser rifle. To play 4th edition. And I wouldn't say that 4th edition was better, but it definitely went over better with my group. Oh, no you don't. No you don't. You better back off, buddy. God dang it. What the... Oh, God. Alright, so suicide bombers are clearly going to be an issue. And this laser rifle apparently does not fire automatically. It's a beam weapon. That's good to know. But it would have been nicer to know that before I got blown up. Alright, so we found a hunting rifle, but no ammo for it, and we did find some energy cells that we can use for our laser rifle. I got a feeling this is going to be a short-lived run. What the crap? Alright, a room with trees and a bunch of zombies. Again, this game continues to throw curveballs at me every time. Or documents. Oh yeah, any kind of net running, decking, hacking, anything like that tends to slow down Shadowrun, unfortunately. Which sucks because it's a fun part of the game. It's just you basically have to play an entirely separate game for just one character, and a lot of people tend to not find that enjoyable. January 2, 1955. Day 10 on the ship. A nice way to celebrate the new year. I can't wait to get off on dry land. The destination is a facility on an island in the middle of the Pacific. Apart from the ship's crew, about 10 people, there are 25 passengers, including me. The strange thing is that no one has ever heard of the place, much less the island on which it resides. I'm not just talking about the lower ranks. Some of us have relatively important connections, but apparently this place is unknown to anyone. I have to find an opportunity to speak to a member of the crew, but since the departure, each of them has seemed strangely evasive towards us. Yeah, like I said, Gravelion, the 4th edition was not necessarily my decision. It was just the edition of Shadowrun that my group preferred. And that group kind of fell apart and we stopped playing right around the time that 5th edition hit. So I don't actually have that much experience with it. But I've heard mixed things. Let's see. Yeah, again, I don't think we're gonna make it very long on this run. Because we're down to 20 health. And we're using a rifle with a very slow rate of fire. I mean, the laser rifle seems to be powerful, it's just that delay before it actually starts firing, I think, is the thing that's gonna get us killed. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that, Sneaky. I mean, there's still a large contingent of D&D players out there that... I mean, the 4th edition, the 3.5 to 4th edition debate still rages to this day. So, you know, 2nd and 3rd edition were good editions of D&D. Not anything wrong with them. If that's what you're into. Alright, so we got a drone again. I'm gonna keep using that, because, man, these drones have been kicking ass. December 10, 1954. This is Nakata, Technical Director of the SSLW project. 3 days ago, Dr. Sato did not show up at the laboratory. We sent someone to check his room, but he was not there. He hasn't been seen for the whole day. The next day, Nakajima and Nishimura did not show up. No one saw or heard from them. On the 3rd day, only Harada showed up in the lab, visibly shaken. This morning, I was alone. Not being able to perform any job without support, I left the lab during business hours for the first time in weeks. The corridors were deserted. I checked the security room. The monitors were on, but no one was there to control them. From the cafeteria, I could see that the kitchen was also deserted, and lunch was only 30 minutes away. The IT offices were empty, as was the emergency room. There's more. Barely perceptible at first, a sweetish smell spread through all the corridors of the facility. What kind of joke is this? I'll go by building B by evening. Apparently, there was clearly some weird shit going on in this place, but I wonder what the sweet smell that they keep talking about has to do with, because they keep bringing it up, and they don't really talk about anything specific with it. Oh no. Oh no, we're getting swarmed. I don't have the health to be getting swarmed. And really, I shouldn't be burning ammo on all these measly enemies, but if I don't, I'm probably gonna get gat. And I don't want that to happen either. So no crates, no upgrade stations. No more ammo. Alright. Well, things are gonna get real interesting in the near future. Oh my god, it's a giant earthworm, are you serious? What the hell All right. All right. Well, there you go. Again, giant earthworm was not on my bingo card.
Do we have worm sign?
Who shall we have worm sign the likes of which even God has never seen?